Hello and welcome to a sewing pattern collaboration with some of my lovely doll friends. I'm Beth, and today I've asked Marna from Dolls Rescued, Tammy Powley of Peacecraft Dolls, and Jay of J Dolls UK to join me in some Blythe sewing. I came across this sewing pattern on Etsy by accident, as you do, and saw it was a digital download. Instant gratification. I printed it out. Please excuse the streaky ink marks, that's our dodgy printer, not the pattern. It's Simplicity number 2353, a pattern created just for Blythe. I saw that the pattern pieces had all been hand traced from the originals. I was a little concerned, but I made a test piece and the sizing was good. I told my friends about this pattern, and some had seen it before. Tammy actually has the original paper pattern, and I know she's keen to use it at last. Marna and Jay both bought a copy, and we decided to have another fun sewing pattern collab. So my challenge to them is simply to make an outfit for Blythe using this pattern. The pattern includes lots of separate pieces, so there's no shortage of mix and match options. The fabric is up to them, so I'm hoping to see lots of very different results from everyone. I really think that's the best part of a collab like this, to see how differently everyone can interpret the same pattern. I'll include links to each of their channels below, so please go and watch each one of our videos today. They all deserve your time, comments, and likes. So here I am, looking at my printed out pattern, making some decisions about which pieces to try out. I'm going to make some trousers, a hat, and a top, as well as some little socks too. And we'll see how it all goes. Here are all the template pieces I'll need for those items. There's a picture of the hat, and the top here, and the socks, but nothing of the trousers. Here's where they're mentioned in the instructions. You can see they're very simple, just one pattern piece. Oh, and there's the hat and the top. Okay, so once I chose my patterns, I looked at my fabric stash. I'm desperate to use the fabrics gifted to me at BlytheCon by Victoria, Blythe and Beyond. I've also some floral stretch fabric left over from sewing my daughter a dirndl dress. That'll do the socks. This is very lightweight and soft, and I think it will best suit the top. This wool is also very fine and will make some lovely trousers. And finally, this wool will be super cute for the hat. Let's get started then, and cut out all these pattern pieces. And I'm back, with everything ready to assemble. I think I'll start with the trousers. They're very simple and only need to join at the front and back, then across the inseam. Now, I did notice the pattern doesn't make any mention of finishing raw edges or even of hemming at all. So I can say right away that you'll need to have some prior knowledge of sewing before using this pattern, as it seems you'll have to add some steps yourself. I hemmed the trouser legs and sewed it up mostly as directed. I opted to leave the back open for a snap fastening, but when I came to test fit it on my mannequin, no, that's just not going to fit. You know what? I think these trousers are supposed to be made with a stretch fabric. There's no photo of them or instructions about fabrics to use, so it hadn't even occurred to me. Well, you know what? Waste not, want not. I think this pair can be finished off for a midi-sized Blythe instead. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll just widen this pattern to see if it'll still work for my chosen fabric. Here I've traced the template, measured the doll hips, and added on seam allowance, then traced the template again to make that width. I'll cut it out again and see how it goes. Here you can see the difference. And here's my new pair of trousers. I still have to add a snap to the back, but yeah, this fits much better now. I actually love the length too, they're like pedal pushers. I think I'll add a woven band to the waist to finish it off better. I'll sew it to the outside and flip it in. Here you can see I went up, around and down. There we go. I gathered the waist a touch too, and I think it looks much better than the raw edge that the pattern would have you leave. I'll just top stitch this and add the snap. There it is, hand stitched, and what a lovely pair of woolen trousers we have. Oh, I'm really happy with these. The Simplicity pattern is all sized for the original bodies, which is what my mannequin here is closest to. So I'm really happy with the final fit. Next up will be the simple socks. And here they are. Again, I took it upon myself to properly hem the top since it isn't mentioned, and they're lovely. Next up is the hat. The brim comes together like this. I'll hem the opening too, using some bias binding, I think. Then the larger side is sewn to the top of the hat and turned right side out. Here it is. I think it looks super cute in this fabric. A lovely Almani's cap. The bias binding finishes the inside nicely, and I'll wait until later to test the fit and see if that needs altering, as it's hard to tell at the moment. Now the last piece, the top. I've laid out the pieces in the way that they'll be assembled. There's the sleeves, backs and front, cuffs and a collar too. Here the main pieces are joined and I've pressed the seams open. Next I'll need to gather the neckline and the sleeves to fit the collar and cuffs. And here it is. I think it looks very pretty. I love the sleeves, and although I did think the collar looked way too wide, Marna reminded me that that was the fashion and that with the great big heads, they balance out a wider collar. I finished the back with some fine doll scale Velcro, and I think it looks lovely on my mannequin. What do you think? Shall we find a proper model and try out this hat? Now I'm sure you've noticed my very first little girl Mandy here, but since she's on an Ibitsu 22 body, I thought I'd better try the clothes on a stock Blythe instead. So here's my newest Blythe, Dear Forest Dear. She'll get a proper little unboxing video soon, but let's have her model these new clothes for us now. Ta-da! Isn't that lovely? What a great colour palette altogether. I've given her back her stock shoes just to keep her feet warm. This hat does look cute, but I'm not convinced of the fit. Let's get the seam ripper and take off the bias tape and see about making this opening a smidge bigger. Here it is, and the bias is off. I'll just clean up the threads first, then re-hem it a little wider. Here we are, a little wider and no bias. Will it fit? Yes, yay! That's a perfect fit. I added another 5mm to the seam allowance and it did the trick. What a relief. Let me say hi to my lovely patrons. Their extra support helps me keep making these videos, and they enjoy behind the scenes content, sneak peeks and some exclusive discounts and goodies. Check out the links below if you're interested. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll check out Marna, Tammy and Jay in the description below. I can't wait to see all their outfits today. They're all such talented creators. Please leave me a like and let me know in the comments, which was your favourite piece of the outfit? Is it the kind of style your girls would wear? And have you seen this sewing pattern before? I'll link below to Etsy in case you're interested in trying it out too. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye!